Melanie B, una de las Spice Girls, vino a Colombia y abrió su corazón en una entrevista en la que ya hemos conocido detalles de su niñez y los inicios del grupo de pop de mujeres más importante de todos los tiempos.
¿Cuál es el proyecto que no salió bien y que de alguna manera te dolió que no hubiese salido bien?
I've never had a project that I've 100% set my mind to that hasn't happened. Everything that I do, because I get to pick and choose what I do it with 100%. So, for example, when I came off tour last year with the Spice Girls, I was like, yes, that was brilliant, but I want to perform by myself again, because I love the group feeling, but I love the solo feeling too. So it happens, I meet Jerry Mitchell, who's a big Broadway producer. He creates me my own show in Vegas.
¿Qué estás haciendo hoy en día, Melanie?
Now I'm working on 3 of my TV shows and my workout DVD. I have a TV show set up in LA that I'm going to start filming in 3 weeks. And then I have 2 TV shows that I'm going off to London to shoot. And then there's other things in the pipeline, like my album and my second fitness DVD. Okay, are you ready to work out and get totally fit? Well, let's do it with me, Mel B. Now listen, you don't have to do all the exercises. You're going to build on it. First time round, watch, try it. Second time round, do it. Are you ready? Here's my posse. Are you lot ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. And here we go. We're going to reach up. Feel that stretch. Now twist and punch. Huh. Huh. And I've just finished a show in Vegas, so I've kind of took a couple of weeks break. But now I'm back working. I love it.
¿Qué te ha dejado Broadway?
For like 8 months, I did Rent.
Yeah.
And I played a character that's got AIDS and she's on crack. She's not in a good state of mind at all. And it was really interesting because that whole Rent production is based on true life characters that the guy met throughout his years. And she was a really lost soul. So every day doing that role, I had to kiss a guy, I had to cry, and I had to die. And I had to sing and be crazy at the same time. So it took a lot of energy out of me. But it was so nice to be able to perform live every night. That I loved. Being up on the stage, I could live on the stage.
De todos los directores que has tenido, ¿qué director hoy vale la pena recordar?
Probably the most interesting one was when I did a theatre, I did Vagina Monologues in London. Going through that experience and working with Eve Ensler, because I got to read all the monologues and they were based on real life stories about how women felt about their private parts or about sex or about relationships. So I got to read these stories that were all true and I got to act them out as this woman. That was probably one of the most amazing times in theatre that I've done. And to get to work with such a great director was, this woman's travelled the world in search for all these stories and found some of the most horrific ones dealing with rape and some of the most funny ones about what women call their private parts and how they're afraid to look down there sometimes.
¿Por qué decidiste un día trabajar un poco por las mujeres de las cuales abusan sexualmente? ¿Por qué decidiste hacerlo?
Yeah, I have my charity in England. That's for women that have been battered by their husbands. So they go into a shelter and I raise money for that and I also donate money to that. Well, I think there's so many abused and beaten women in this world and they feel like they have nowhere to go to. So they would rather stay in a relationship and take the abuse in front of their kids, or they can have an option of going to a safe shelter that's free of charge where their men cannot get to them. They can recover, they can get the counselling that they need, and it's also a safe place for their kids. So that was one of the reasons why I donate to that.
Estuve participando durante 3 años en un reality acá en Colombia que se llama Street Makeover, y lo que más me impresionó de los castings que me tocó hacer es que muchas mujeres son agredidas. ¿Qué mensaje darles a esas mujeres que son agredidas por sus esposos?
I think the most important thing when you go through any trauma is to really talk about it. Talk, so all those feelings can come out and put yourself in a safe area where hopefully that's never going to happen to you again. But the more you talk about it, the more you understand. For any woman to be abused, it's never their fault. Never their fault. And I think that's half of the recovery problem is accepting that you were powerless and you're not to blame. And then just building up your confidence is the most important thing. But if you shut down, you're going to be always battling in your head. You have to talk and communicate, whether it be with a therapist, whether it be with a friend, but it's very important to get that feeling out.
Háblame un poco de tus hijas.
I have a 2-year-old and a 10-year-old, both from different fathers, which we won't talk about them because they're not important right now. But yeah, being a mum is something that I thoroughly enjoy. It makes my life so much more enjoyable, and it makes you appreciate everything much more than just being by yourself, because you wake up every morning and it's not about you, it's about feeding your kids, changing diapers, taking one to school, giving advice, doing homework, all that stuff. And it's nice. It makes me feel more of a woman, and it makes me feel more like I have more of a purpose. I mean, I've been wanting to be a parent probably since I was 14 years old, but I knew mentally that I wanted to have enough money to be able to travel and look after my kids and not worry. So everyone in my village gets pregnant at 15, 16. Like my good friend in Leeds, she has 8 kids and she's my age. That's what people do in my village where I grew up. So I knew that I didn't want to do that, but I knew I really wanted to have kids. I knew that I had to earn my money, so I put myself in a world where I could do that and do it really good.
¿Qué sentimiento estás dándoles a ellas fijo? ¿Quieres que lo lleven ellas?
I always say to my kids, you have to respect yourself and respect other people. And before anyone even gets to know you, you have to love and adore yourself. And I always say to my 10-year-old, think about what you're going to say before you say it. Because you know how kids, they'll say things and sometimes it can be hurtful or they want to take it back. Like I grew up going, oh, why did I say that? I'd be in trouble every single day. So I make my kids aware of them as a woman, as in loving themselves and empowering themselves and respecting themselves, and also treating people how they would like to be treated, which is with the same love and respect. And there's always going to be somebody better off than you, and there's always going to be somebody not so lucky as you. So you have to be thankful of you and where you're at. And it's funny because you think that that's heavy talk for a 10-year-old. You'd be surprised at how much information kids can actually take in.
¿Cuál ha sido el minuto más largo de tu vida? El minuto por alguna cosa que fue inmenso, gigante.
Having a baby! The nurse is going, 1 more minute. No! Get it out! I want to see it and I'm in pain!
¿Qué significa el tatuaje?
My tattoo? This is my phoenix bird, because my 10-year-old's called Phoenix. It's a tribal phoenix bird. Really wanna zig a zig.
Melanie B, una de las Spice Girls, se confesó ya ante Marlon de toda la vida íntima antes y mientras perteneció al grupo de mujeres más popular del mundo. Ahora Melanie le contará a Marlon de su vida después de una fama tan descomunal.
Muchas veces nos pasa que pensamos o hacemos cosas que nadie entiende, solo las entiende uno. ¿Qué piensas cuando nadie te entiende?
Well, the funny thing is, I guess that's why I got my name Scary Spice, because I'd get my tongue pierced and I'd run around and be free and jump on tables in meetings and things like that. You know, everything that I've ever done in my life has never been to directly hurt anyone. And everybody would do everything differently if they were me. I'm me, and I really enjoy being me. I can be spunky, I can be a hardcore businesswoman, I can be a not very nice businesswoman. And, you know, everything's relative. So everything that I've done, and I can probably list off a few things that people have gone, why does she do that? It's never been to hurt anyone, and it's never actually hurt anyone. It's just sometimes the media will take what you do, blow it up, and make it some crazy story, but I probably have done a few crazy stories, so it's fine.